Good night, Miss Buckley. How are you?
Hello, good night. I am blessed.
Welcome, 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 welcome. We thank you for taking the time out. Of what I can imagine is a very, very busy schedule. To come and speak with us tonight. What we hope to gain from this encounter is to create some awareness um around the world. You know, to help you throughout this process. Um, and may God be with you and your daughter at this time. And once again, I just want to thank you, and my heart and the prayers go out to you and your family. Um, Lara,
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Ms. Buckley, as a mother, my heart breaks for you. Um, and I've been thinking and praying about you since I've heard about the story, watching it on YouTube. Um, so I just want to let you know that from out of my heart. Um,
Thank you very
now,
much. Thank you very much.
yes, yes. Um, no, I know where you were speaking on one of the, I think you did a live or so on YouTube, and you were,
Right,
mentioning that how this has devastated not only your life but also your other daughter. Um,
right.
yeah, can you touch on that a little bit to show how when something so horrible happens to us or our children, how it affects the entire family?
Um, all right. I have a 9-year-old. Her name is Cheyenne. The fact that because I have to be super busy because most of my days are spent at the hospital, back and forth, getting meds, doing this, doing that. You know, the whole run of organizing
Yeah.
Kaylan's day and life and making sure that she stays afloat and alive. I've had to send Cheyenne to my sister's house. So, and we were a very close family. Me and my girls, we were very, very close knit. And the fact that she's away from me now, yesterday, to show you how serious it is, yesterday she sent me a WhatsApp message asking which one of them I love the most. Is it her or is it Kaylan? You know, and I must tell her the truth. That's what she said. Mommy, tell me the truth. Which one are we love the most, me or Kaylan? She's 9. She does not understand. No matter how much time you explain this to her, she will never get it because she's incapable of understanding from an adult's point of view the seriousness of what is happening. She does know it's very Kaylin is hurt real bad, and she and the reason why I actually sent her away as well is because I don't want her to constantly watch me break down. Because when I'm out, I might put on a good face mostly, but when I'm home, it's a total different thing. And she's seeing all of this, and she cries constantly, and you know it's really hard for her. Even at my sister's house, we've had to start getting counseling for her because she's acting up and being disrespectful, things that she wouldn't have normally done. She doesn't. This she had. She's now, it's like she's developing a don't care attitude, and it's really hard because I am. So what I've started to do now, I spend the weekends with her. So normally I should have gone this evening, but because I had this and I didn't want the noise, and even though the neighbors are making noise at the moment, but you understand? I'm trying to give her my weekends. So I'll go Friday and I'll leave Monday when I'm going to the hospital. So I would stay until Monday morning and go to the hospital, leave from there to the hospital. It's not an easy thing to try and balance two different for her because she's there, Kaylin is there, and I have to, and they're 2 different two different age groups, two different attitudes, two completely different children. And you know, it's not an easy task because I have to now try and maintain a level of kinship and closeness to her, even though I'm not far. So I try to call her and talk to her every day. I try to, you know, chat and laugh with her every day, just the same on the phone, you know, and from time to time, even when I'm on the road, I'll just swing by. You understand?
Right.
And see her. So I try. I am trying. It's not an easy task. I have started getting counseling from her for her. Best thing. Truth and fact is, it's hard to her in the environment, seeing everything that's going on, hearing everything that's going on. Because even though I do tell her and I don't lie to her, but I do tend to water down the impact or the seriousness, you know, of what is really happening with her sister.
Yeah. Sound like you're doing an amazing job, and I know a mother's love because I have 3 daughters. It's endless.
Right.
It's endless.
Right.
You had
Yes. Yeah, man. I'm good night, Miss Buckley. How you doing tonight? You looking
Good
pretty
night.
well.
Yes.
How was Kaylin coming around though?
All right. So as of yesterday, Kaylin was doing pretty well. 2 weeks ago, she had a seizure that set her back with the breathing because she started taking breaths of her own, not enough to be free from the vent, but at least she started making her own breaths, not consistently, but still trying. As of yesterday, well, her lungs just got tired, I guess. Because, yeah, she just said she was tired. The nurse said she was tired. And then she just stopped breathing. Yesterday.
So she's corresponding with people?
Yeah, man, she's talking.
Okay.
She speaks. She speaks. Not as good because she has in a trachea. She did a tracheostomy a week and a half ago, only 2 weeks. So you know, she can't speak above the trach. So she's more like a whisper. So we have to do mostly lip reading then, in other words.
Yes. Yes. What about her movement?
She's moving on the left side. There's movement on the left side. She can wave this hand. She can call me. You know, but the right side now is where we're not getting anything from. But you know, I'm still being hopeful, still giving thanks, you know, because it could have been a case where she was a complete vegetable, as the doctors had indicated in the beginning, where we wouldn't be able to talk to her, she would just be there, based on what they had initially said would happen. But God is God, so.
True.
Working according to plan. It's not working. She's not working according to plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just some words of encouragement, Miss Buckley. My daughter is a cancer survivor. When you hear those, when doctors tell you certain things, and you know, she was told that she wouldn't be able to have children even if she would were to survive. She's been in clinical remission for 11 years. My grandson is 4 years old.
Hallelujah. There you go.
So I know initially when I just came across this story, I seen posted somewhere or in print somewhere that your daughter only had a 1% chance of living. So to hear that he's reading lips, that you could read lips, to hear that she's, you know, I trust and believe, just like the song that I played prior to you coming on, he'll do it again.
Right, he will. He definitely will. And I have no doubt to that. And that's one of the things that has kept me praying, trusting God, because you see, when man fails, God never fails, and man has failed because they gave up basically. You know,
Right.
they were still there. The doctors are still trying. They're still doing what they're, but basically, they didn't give me any hope. They didn't give me anything to hold on to. So I had to hold on to God, and that's what, you know, kept me sane and grounded. And, you know, I just told myself, look, when the doctor said, you know, the only 1% is just the fact that she opened her eyes. And I'm like, you know, everything inside of me just broke, just broke. And you know what I did? Even in the midst of that, I started crying and everything. And, you know, when I turned to the doctor at the same time after that, and I said, you know what? You see that 1%? I'm going to hold on to that 1%. Because God will add those zeros, you know. I have no doubt to it. So I just told them, I said, I'm going to hold on to this 1%. You know, I'm starting to think that I'm thinking of writing a book and calling it 1% of faith. So, you know,
It's ironic.
but that 1%.
You see how the Lord works and brings kindred spirits together. A lot of time I came across your story, like I said, through the vloggers. I'm a real personal person, so I don't want to take someone's version of a story and present that. So I had my people on the ground and up here do research and find you because I want them to hear it from you. I don't want to take something from your page or take something that somebody else said and you know try to articulate that. You know, so it's better to come from you, and that's why, you know, it's such an honor to have you here.
Right. Again, lots of false stories.
And people misconstrue things. So now that they're hearing it directly from you.
Right, because there's been lots of false stories, accusations.
Right. But this brings me to why I said, watch how the Lord works in mysterious ways. You just said that you wanted to write a book. Laura is a very good friend of mine. She's not necessarily a part of overall settings, but I wanted her to be here because she's a mother just like you, but she's also an author. She's also an award-winning author.
Oh wow!
So that's somebody.
I honestly don't even know how to write a book, but I have a lot to say.
Yes, reach out to me whenever you're ready. I will be at your service, and I mean that. I definitely
see that. You see how God works? All right.
Yes. Yes. I've been thinking about it, and you know, there's a lot of things that I have learned during this. Even my entire life has been a journey, and has been a rough journey. But I tend not to talk about that because it's not my time. Right. You know, it's Kaelan's time, and I will get to me when it's time for me.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, you know when to hold my corner, man. I know when to hold my corner. So you know, and you know, I tend to be selfless. I try to be as selfless as possible. I don't try to emphasize much on me. Sometimes people say you need to put yourself first some of the time, you know. I do, but right now it's not about me, it's about Kaelan. And Kaelan needs me more than anyone or anything right now. Well, you know, she needs God more, but you know, I am her front man or her wingman or whatever man you want to call it, right, at the moment. And, you know, I'm just trying to right by her and put in as much energy and you know, prayer and as much work I can put in to make sure that she does stay afloat. Presently today, you know, yesterday she was not doing well. She also has an infection that we're trying to figure out. Well, the doctors and microbiology, they are trying to figure out the source of the infection. They have not located the source, but they have located what do you call it? determine the type of bacteria then, in other words, that we're dealing with. So they're still running blood cultures and urine samples and blood tests and all kind of stuff, trying to figure out what is going on. She's supposed to do some x-rays as well, you know, to rule out some things, pneumonia, this, that. You know, her kidneys are acting up as well. She's retaining a bit of fluid and all of that. So there's a lot going on with her. Well, there's still, you know, funny enough, even though she's a miracle, because they don't understand. Come on, they're still iffing. You know, when you see God work and you watch God work, I think you should eliminate ifs. But they're doctors and they believe in science. I believe in God. So there's still ifing. So they still have this window open that she might not make it. But I cancel that in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I cancel that. So you know, because based on her injuries, they're still thinking that, you know, it could go along that way. Even though she's doing what they said she would have ever done. Kaylin has had 7 cardiac arrests, a total of 7. The last one lasted 20 minutes. So her heart stopped for 20 minutes. The one before that was 5 minutes. The one before 1 minute, 1 minute, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, and 6 minutes. So she's had a lot of cardiacs. She has a pacemaker in now. We had to put a pacemaker in to stop the heart from shutting down because any movement of her body would cause her heart rate to drop. So we put a pacemaker in, even though they said the pacemaker has not been used as yet because she has not had a need for it. So her heart has been beating on its own since we put it in. So we know we're supposed to about that and fling it away. I'm not worried. I just trust God, right? Moving forward now, the plan is to try and get her off the vent because several times we got to the point where she was breathing somewhat and they were trying to wean her, and then something happened. She had a seizure, she had a cardiac, as in yesterday, she just got tired, as they said. She just said she was tired and then she just went to sleep and shut down. So the C2 spinal injury is very serious because what the doctors are seeing in the MRI is that the spinal cord was cut. And it's a high C2. It's not a low C2. It's a high C2, and it's above her breathing level, her motor skills level. So her diaphragm is not expanding the way it should. She's not, so it's harder for her to take breaths, even though some signal is now going through where she can actually attempt or try and breathe on her own, but it's not consistent. So after a time, it's as if it's worn, or she just gets tired. So she actually gets tired of breathing for herself, and then she just stops. And that's where there's a ventilator that she's always has to be. They're saying that she might always need a ventilator. I beg to differ, because as I said, I can't trust man. I have to trust God. So, you know, but there's evidence that there's healing going on because she has feeling in her body now. She can feel if you touch her. Sometimes she's cold, sometimes she's hot, sometimes she feels like she's on fire. Sometimes, you understand? Sometimes you touch her, she says it burns. There's a lot of mixed signals, feelings. Doctors say it might be a good thing. They say it might not. They say where she is now, she might progress from it. They also say she might not. So there's a lot of ifs and buts and maybes going on. So right now, we're just trying to wean her. That's where the point we want to get, where we can take her off that machine. There are some tests that I requested to be done, and some of them are not able to be done here. There's one test that that is to be done, that was requested to be done, that they said would have given more clarity, and it's a more microscopic MRI. You know, a small, you know, something to, but unfortunately, that's another glitch for us, because you know this is a third world country and we are limited to resources. So there are several things that can be done, or I should say, to give us clarity. Might not be a fix, or might not be able to solve the issue or the problem that we're having, but it can give us a better understanding on what we're dealing with. We can't do these things here, unfortunately. A lot of them, as I was explained to me by doctors. So I was thinking of moving her overseas, but at the time when I was thinking of doing it, she was unstable, because she would be fine today and then tomorrow she might not be fine, right? Or she'd be fine this morning and by evening she's not fine, because we had a huge problem with maintaining her own BP, and that was a huge factor causing the heart rate to keep dropping. Now she's been able to do that, and so you know, she's a bit more stable. So I believe I'm gonna try and look in that direction. No, even with the therapy, neurotherapy, they say that you know, in the States it's more advanced, where they can do more for her, where rehab therapy is concerned and things like that. So, you know, I'm weighing the options of doing that at the moment, because no matter how small the improvement may be, I am up for taking it. And I'm just pushing to get the best care for her as possible, so that she has a bigger chance of making it.
Yes.
I heard you made mention earlier this week of her needing blood as well.
Yes, her blood count keeps going down. Blood count keeps dropping. At the moment, her white blood cell platelets are up, because, as you know, she's fighting an infection. And the meds that she's put on now, as they said, when you go on these type of medications, it's when you already exhausted all the others. So you understand? So this is a high dosage. So she's highly doped up, I would say. Yeah, she's on some heavy medication. It's not good for her, because one was affecting her liver, and they had to stop that medication. Right, for the one for the seizure, it was affecting her liver, right? And you know, we had to that was the Dilantin, right? That was affecting the liver. They had to continue use of that medication. So you know, and now her kidneys are acting up. So there's a whole lot. It will be, you know, it's a whole lot going on. She needs blood because of her blood count keeps going down. So, and as they said, the blood bank here is dry at the moment, based on the fact that we have COVID and a lot of trauma coming in, and a lot of persons needing blood, and then nobody's actually going to the blood bank at the time, because at this period, because, you know, everybody's staying put because of COVID. So, you know, but a few persons have gone to donate blood on her behalf, you know, and I must thank them as well. So hopefully she has not been given a transfusion as yet. And I must say this, she has been having blood transfusions from time to time since this incident happened. So it's not the first. Yes, over time she has been given several transfusions based on the fact that her HB level keep going down. So yeah, so right now Kaylin today she's calm and nice and talking again. Still on the match, still not back where I want her to be, where the breathing is concerned, because I was so excited. Oh my God, I was so excited, you know, for the little push and the little transition that she was making where the breathing is concerned. And then it's heart-wrenching to see her just go back to square one again. So it's as if we keep starting over. Every time we reach a plateau where she's supposed to transition over to another, you know, to the mask or something for her to be on her way out of the ICU unit, then she goes back to square one. So trust me, It's rough. It's rough.
Laura?
Yes. So I know when I saw the video of Kaylin on YouTube, she was singing and her vibrant, which I like. What else can you tell us about her as far as her personality and things that she loves to do?
Yes, Kaylin is a class clown. She's the life of the party. Kaylin, she has a lot of friends because she's loved because you're the comedian of the class.
Yeah.
She's always acting, doing skits, doing things like that, playwriting, things like that. She loves because she wants to go to Edna. Well, I had decided for her to do business, and then based on her personality traits and everything, we said, you know what, better you go to Edna. So she had started pre-university at UWI. In Entrap, she was doing entrepreneurship and business, right? But we decided that she was only going to do this 1 year, would have finished June coming, and June, July, and then I would have enrolled her into Edna Manley, right? School of Visual Arts, Edna, right? So for her to do media personality, acting, whatever she wants to do, basically, right? Because that's her, and she can sing beautifully. She loves to sing, and she wanted to go into entertainment.
Mom, guess what? I heard her sing before.
Right.
And a vacancy. Last time see you on FaceTime, chatting up the place, don't you know my relationship? You never put your body lockdown. I put your body on lockdown. You never be on lockdown. If you let me, you should let me, you should let me, you should let me know you love me. Pull it up.
The lovely Kaylin.
Right, that was my birthday, September gone.
Oh boy.
Man, she's not, she's a typical teenager.
For your birthday, you kept fucking up your
15 times, but pretty much she's not a bad kid. I don't have to work and search for her. I don't have to be wondering where she is,
Right.
If she's going out, I will take her mostly. If she's going anywhere, I will drop her off, pick her up, things like that. It's not someone that I have to be calling any police for or to wondering where I'm calling people asking, have you seen her? No, I don't have these problems with her. Sometimes I have to ask her if she can't come out of the house. She's just in the room on the phone. So, and it's hard. It's really hard. Because when she's here, she's always singing. Always. You always hear her voice. If she a bathe, she a sing. If she a wash plate, she a sing. If she a cook, she a sing. If she a in the room, she a sing. She's a music person. Kaylin loves music. She loves music. And that's just one of the hard things to be here most times. And sometimes even I say Keke, and then I remember she's not here. You understand? So it is, I am trying my best to cope and to be as strong as possible. But a person can only be as strong, as they can be. But sometimes we all have a point where we break. We all have a point where we feel weak, a point where we just had enough of everything and we just can't do it anymore. So we just have to sometimes I cry too. And most times when I leave the hospital, I would just go in my car and me just scream and cry and scream and scream and scream and scream and scream until I feel better. Then I will drive off. You know? So especially when she's not doing well, especially when she's not doing well, as yesterday she wasn't doing well, and I was so upset. I was so mad. I trust me, I got so upset. They had to be telling me, "Mommy, you need to calm down." But I just didn't want to hear any crap, and I needed answers, and I wasn't getting the answers that I need, and I almost lost it yesterday in there. I almost lost it yesterday because the day before we were about to start the trait mask, and then today when I come, my child is not moving. She's not responding. She's not waking up because she wasn't waking up. I was shaking her, moving, and no matter what I did, she was just not getting up. You know?
Well, mommy, I've been at those moments. Like I said, you know, there's no testimony without test.
That's right.
There's no message without mess.
Right.
And as long as you're going through something, then that means you're moving.
Right.
You know?
Buckley, people share his part and you share yours. I never share mine, you know. I was at the funeral when I get the call that my first son died in Jamaica, 19 years old. Yeah. Got killed in Portland. Yeah. So, you know, we can actually share the pain.
Right.
And you have to really feel it for share it, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, he was 19 years old. But a true believer in the Creator never lose courage.
Never lose it.
Never lose courage. And as he promised, you know, some have to go, some have to stay. And everybody over there. And he's one of the strong ones, you know, who put it out there. And I really love how you really keep it up anyway. And trust me, it's a good thing, you know, let people know, say, you know, good parents is still out there for them pick me and everything is, you know, no matter what, come kill me next. So, you know, you have to congratulate upon the party.
You know, they've tried to intimidate me, but you know.
Your child is your child, you know, circle, you know.
Right. Put everything.
Yeah, man. With God, man, you're not a stumbling block, man. Stumbling block, darn it.
One of the main things that brought us here, even though we're a relatively small and new platform, I feel like awareness is essential. There might be somebody out there watching this who can lend a hand, spend that dollar, do something to just add some, like we're in my midst of trouble, help came from all about. And I'm saying, and you know, and I have to, one way that I keep blessings in rotation is by offering this platform to you. I might not have $1 million for gear and say, Mama Buckley here, but at the end of the day, if somebody out there is listening, if somebody out there wants to help, one person, share the life to somebody out there who may hear. You know what I mean? And that's why I said the must to adjust. You never hear this lady come on the live and beg $1.
No.
She tell her story. You understand? So, but it takes a village.
Yeah.
You know. So this is about awareness, people. This is about us helping each other, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? No man, no woman, no child is an island. None. The whole of we need each other.
Them say out of many, one people.
Yeah, man. Exactly. So that's what this is about. That's why, and I'm so Miss Buckley could be anywhere in the world right now. She's supposed to be with her younger daughter, and she's here talking to us.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate that.
Yeah. 100%. as she said, you know. Go ahead, Lauren.
No, I also, because, you know, I was following you a little bit on YouTube, trying to find all your videos. I know you were mentioned that there were some fake account that was set up, you know, like GoFundMe. People were, where can people, if people are watching and they want to help, what's the actual place you can send it to? And then you should be able to pin it, right, Elfico? When you
Yeah,
post it?
as soon as she tells me, I'm gonna type it in here. Yeah.
Right. The GoFundMe is organized by Angela May Kelly.
Oh, you got it.
Right.
Yeah, she's in the group right now too, and I'm gonna post that.
Angela May Kelly.
Angela May Kelly.
Okay.
That's the organizer for the GoFundMe. There's only one GoFundMe, only one GoFundMe that we have, and it's organized by Angela May Kelly. Any other GoFundMe is fake.
Oh.
We have the Cash App is #, as in the currency #, Justice for Kaylan. And that is being done by Chevelle Carr Clark. Those two persons are my blood sisters.
Mommy, give me that Cash App again, please.
#.
Pound?
Yeah, pound as in currency, pound as in, right.
Okay.